Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show with the talk of America.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody out in social media land, in TV land, wherever you're watching or listening. Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show. Of course, hey, that's me. I'm Ray Amanat here in sunny Port Richey, Florida. We have so much to get to as far as the hurricane, the war in Israel, and the strike going on at the ports all over, and what that means to us. For those of you that are interested, if you would like to get a hold of me personally or send me an email about what you think about our show, just go to info at therayamanatshow.com. Leave your comments, questions. If you'd like to have your email read on our show based on that, send me an email. I'd be happy to read it, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I don't really care. Um, of course, we'd always like to thank the OBBM network for hosting us on their network. All you have to do is go to obbmnetwork.tv, search for The Ray Amanat Show, and you'll be able to see all of our other previous episodes. So today in our I'm Just Saying segment, and I have a lot to say, trust me. We're going to start this off with what we call leadership. Leadership. And what I mean by that is the leadership of President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, that's running to be the President of the United States. Of course, former President Donald Trump. And tonight they have the vice presidential debate between um, the two candidates, which would be very, very interesting to kind of get a feel for, well, who is next in line in leadership in case something were to happen. So let's go on to the first topic at hand. Let's start with Hurricane Helene. I've got some notes here that I got to read, so bear with me. First of all, I'm here in Port Richey, Florida. I would like to thank Governor Ron DeSantis for his brilliant work. He was presidential in everything that he did as far as handling the hurricane here in Florida. He was staying in communication with us through TV, through radio, through the newscast, through everything. They were sending out warnings. They were sending out evacuation notices. They were telling people what to do. They gave tax relief purchases for hurricane preparedness for us to purchase whatever we needed, generators and things like that, in the event we got struck really hard by the hurricane, of which we did. And it looks like we might have another one coming on. But Hurricane Helene is the Biden Harris Katrina. So if you remember back when President George W. Bush dealt with Katrina, he was on vacation and his staffers didn't want to say anything to him because, well, he's on vacation. We don't want to bother him. And then after Katrina hit, he's like, okay, I got to go take care of stuff, and he did a flyover. And everyone, 2 days after Katrina happened, all the news pundits and media pretty much riled on him for doing a flyover, not landing. And he said, well, I'm just doing a flyover because I didn't want to take away from first responders or anybody helping people in need instead of them coming to protect me while I'm looking at the damage. Yes, could he have done that better? Of course he could have. But he was destroyed by the media and by the left based on that. Now, here you have President Biden as well as Vice President Kamala Harris that they're pretty much non existent. President Trump, former President Trump, has already gone to a lot of the sites, and we're talking about, Hurricane Helene has killed at least 132 people as of now, and more and counting. And we're talking in Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and Georgia. Trump has already visited most of these states and he's brought supplies to them for their relief. While Biden plans to visit North Carolina on Wednesday, and he may try to come out to Georgia and Florida as soon as possible, which I haven't seen anything yet. Again, the leadership is not there with this current administration. Kamala Harris, hello, Kamala, have you been to, well, one, have you been to the borders? Two, have you been to any of these states that have been affected by Hurricane Helene? I've been driving all over different parts of Florida and looking at the devastation and the damage. I've had close personal friends of mine that we've helped with some of the cleanup in their house where I've seen people, they've lost everything. All their worldly possessions are on the sidewalk in front of their house waiting to get picked up. After they take all the pictures, FEMA comes and checks everything over, then they have to decide, do I start over? Do I sell the house? Do I move? What do I do? I've got some friends that they said they're moving, that they can't go through they've been through it. This is their second time. So where is the leadership? Governor Ron DeSantis, you get an A plus for what you've done for this state. President Trump, vice or former President Donald Trump, uh, just for taking supplies to different places, visiting all the states that have been affected, you get an A plus. Joe Biden, Vice President Harris, you get an F in my book. You guys are not sure. For Kamala Harris, this is a perfect opportunity because she's running against Donald Trump. This is a perfect opportunity for her to take the leadership reins and get out there and talk to people and, you know, get the goods and services and everything that's needed to get people the help that they need. So this is a perfect opportunity for Kamala Harris to show her leadership skills, and she's failing at it. That's why I give her an F. So, as I always say, wake the cluck up, America. Look at the leadership. Look at the contrast between the Democrats and the Republicans. Look at the contrast. You know, Joe Biden is going to go visit the states that are run by Democrats. He's not, that I know of, going to go to any of the red states, but we're supposed to be all inclusive. And he's the president of the people. And Kamala Harris wants to be the president of all Americans, of all the people. But hey, they're still showing their biasness to the blue states. That's just my opinion, people, as this is an opinion based show. Moving onward, let's talk about Israel and the Iran war. Um, so Israel is getting rockets and missiles and everything fired on them at all different angles. And then today, Iran just fired hundreds, if not thousands, of missiles. Um, and then they say Israel had better not retaliate. They better watch out. Okay, I'm a self defense guy. If you break into my house, if you confront me in public, and you're raining down on me with whatever punches, kicks, knives, guns, I will not stand there and take it. I will defend myself. I will do what I teach people to do. Israel has the right to defend themselves. And in my opinion, they should not care about what America thinks or what the rest of the world thinks. They should go after the people that are trying to kill them. Iran wants to eradicate Israel off the face of this earth. So if you were in Israel's position, would you sit there and take it, or would you say enough is enough? I am a child that has is an American citizen, where my parents were immigrants from Iran. They fled Iran. The Iranian people are not what the problem is here. There's a lot of Iranian people that are wonderful, beautiful people. It's the Iranian government that needs to go. And I hope Israel, whether it's through exploding pagers or other ways of communication, which by the way I think is genius, but they need to take out the Iran's leadership, the mullahs. They need to, in my opinion, bomb the airports, the oil fields, and the nuclear plants to send a clear message, not just to Iran, but all other Arab nations that sympathize or side with Iran. This isn't going to happen. If you want true peace, then you have to come to the table, not fire missiles over and over and over and over again. So, again, this is another opportunity. Kamala Harris, President Joe Biden, can show their leadership, but they're missing in action. Yes, they went to the Situation Room to get briefed on what's happening overseas in the Middle East, but I haven't seen any comments from either of them. Yes, they have their proxies from the Pentagon and from other uh, facets of their administration that come out and they'll talk to the media, but they're not out there showing their leadership skills, telling people that they back and support Israel. I haven't seen them anything. I've been working on getting this show ready, so maybe they have in the last hour or so. But as far as their leadership skills, once again, with regards to Israel dealing with Iran, Hezbollah, and Hamas, President Joe Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris get an F. If you think they're doing a good job, um, saying, "Oh, please use restraint. Please don't attack back. You need to show restraint and do a ceasefire." And screw, I'm just gonna go off and cuss up a storm. Somebody breaks into your house, you lock and load it. They come into your house and threaten your family, threaten whatever you have. You take care of the problem. You've got thousands of missiles from Hezbollah, Hamas, and now Iran going over. Luckily they've got their Iron Dome that they're able to knock most of those out. But you got the criminals, the bad guys, the terrorists trying to take Israel out. Israel needs to lock and load and take control and take out the leadership of Iran, Hezbollah, and Hamas so that there's no more threats. And then I think there can be peace. Um, Again, President Trump, as a leader, has a great relationship with uh, Netanyahu. Kamala Harris, when Netanyahu was here to address the United Nations and here to address our Congress, wasn't even present She was out campaigning. Vice President Harris, you're out trying to do fundraising to raise money to win this election. You know what? If you were to be a leader and go out and lead and show people that you can lead, I think the money will come in and take care of you. But here you're glad handing a bunch of Hollywood people that, oh, please, let's do another concert or another whatever. Um, might as well go to the P Diddy party. But you're glad handing people and doing fundraising instead of showing your leadership skills, which could raise even more money for you if you would actually get a clue. But I don't think you can. And this is just my opinion. As long as we still live in a free country, I think I'm entitled to my opinion. So if you don't like it, hey, wake the cluck up. I don't really care. You've got President Poopy Pants not doing anything, going on vacations. He's checked out because he's not running for president again. And Kamala Harris, as far as her leadership skills, she's not doing anything but just trying to say, on day one, I'm going to get this done. She has the power to get things done right now. Nothing's happening. F on their leadership skills. Moving onward. Finally, let's talk about the port strike. Now, I've got a lot of notes, and I want to really thank producer Debbie for coming up with the material so that I could be a little bit knowledgeable as I can for you guys watching and listening to this show. So, although the White House and federal agencies have encouraged the ILA and the USMX to meet at the bargaining table, and this is dealing with the ports. Where is my notes? There we go. So we've got a massive port strike that could devastate our economy even more. Thousands of East Coast and Gulf Coast dock workers are striking right now as we speak. It's a 177 member strong coalition of trade associations wrote to Biden weeks before the contract expired to ask him to invoke the Taft Hartley and avoid the strike. Susan Clark, the president of the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, said failing to interview would be unconscionable, according to Monday's letter to be president, or Monday's letter to the president. It's a collective bargaining, according to Biden. Biden told reporters on Sunday, and he does not believe in the Taft Hartley. Um, uh, this is why I need producer Debbie to get this. But the Taft Hartley, I've got more notes here. So to invoke it so that they can, over the next 80 days, work on the compromise and coming up to a solution to their problem. But in the meantime, everyone will keep working. So 36 East Coast and Gulf Coast ports shut down, with 45,000 union workers walked off the job after labor negotiations over higher pay and protections against automation stalled between International Longshoremen's Association and the United States Maritime Alliance. The strike only exacerbates some temporary port closures in places like Florida, Carolina, Georgia, and this is all in the wake of Hurricane Helene. So just remember, gas prices are up, grocery prices are up. Christmas is coming. With these ports shut down every day, these ports are shut down and nobody's working. It's going to cause more damage. Everything is going to go either not going to be on the shelves for us to purchase, or the prices are going to be extremely high. The strike is the first of these ports since 1977. It has the potential to cost the economy up to $5 billion a day. With, again, holiday shopping for millions of Americans to dictate whether many small and medium sized businesses and farmers turn a profit or lose money. I estimate they're going to lose money. A port closure in 2002 went for 11 days before the Bush administration invoked the Taft-Hartley Act to force the ports to reopen. The act allows the federal government to seek a court injunction against the strike to allow both parties to continue negotiations during an 80-day cooling off period. It took 6 months to recover from 11 days. 6 months to recover from 11 days. So we'll see how long the strike goes. And each day that transpires or goes on, it's, how much time is that going to take for us to recover from that? Again, despite many industry groups calling for intervention, the Biden administration said it doesn't intend to invoke the Taft-Hartley doctrine. Let's go back to leadership here. I give, again, this is another opportunity for Vice President Kamala Harris to step up to the plate and show that she is a leader. Talk to the union workers, talk to both sides, and show that she is a leader and she can help. But nothing. Joe Biden, he's checked out pretty much. He doesn't want to get involved with anything with the unions. So again, as a leader, he gets enough. Kamala Harris gets enough. And I'm sure Donald Trump will try to do whatever he can to negotiate something with both sides so that everyone is happy. Can you guys, and Donald Trump isn't even the president. He doesn't have to be doing any of what he's doing right now. But those of you that don't like Trump because of his tweets or because of things he's said or done in the past, or you just don't like the man for whatever reasons, I have some friends that can't give me any good reasons. Uh, you know, you guys need to get a clue and wake the cluck up. That is my time. I wish I had more time to pretty much talk to you guys, share more with you. As always, we have an election coming up. Please watch the vice presidential debate tonight. It's 9 o'clock Eastern time. Become an informed voter. Vote with your heart. Vote with your pocketbook. Listen to everything that's going on, or look at everything that's going on, and look at who's actually stepping up to the plate to make a difference and help us as Americans. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to email me. We'll see you on the next show.
Welcome to the Ray Amanat Show with the talk of America.